Steaks. Why did it have to be steaks?
Raw first.
Yeah. Looks very juicy and tender in there. It's like velvet.
Oh yeah.
Your knife just goes right through it. Wow.
That's the really good part right there.
Yeah. Wow.
So, Natter is gonna try to finish this in an hour, correct?
Correct.
How you feeling?
Feel hungry. I feel
hungry?
pumped. Feel motivated.
I'm feeling motivated just looking at that.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
I gotta see if I can get some in. It's very juicy.
Oh.
How's it tasting?
It's very rich.
Very rich.
Yeah.
Dry aged.
Feels like I'm eating butter actually. It has that flavor.
Hanging out with the guys at FoodBeast means I'll be taking on huge food challenges. This last time was no exception. We drove out to the Cannibal, a butcher shop and steakhouse that offers the incredible Olde 96er. That's a 96-ounce dry-aged cut of beef meant to feed an entire table. This all started when FoodBeast called and found out that no one had yet eaten it solo, so they called me up and a date was set. The Olde 96er, of course, is a throwback to that classic American movie The Great Outdoors, starring the late great John Candy. John Candy's character in the movie attempted a steak challenge at a restaurant. The Olde 96er, of course, with the incentive that if he finished the steak, including the fat and gristle, he'd get his meal for free. Nowadays, that's a pretty standard incentive for anyone familiar with restaurant challenges. But this was back then, before the days of man versus food, and every competitive eater putting their ridiculous shenanigans on YouTube. I don't eat steak often, but when I do, it's a special experience. If you're curious, the Olde 96er, which weighs in at a whopping 6 pounds, will set you back $320. That's definitely not on the value menu. It doesn't even come with any sides, so for the challenge there was no expectation that I'd eat anything on the side. My steak was cooked medium, just the way I like it, and came with house steak sauce, flavored salt, and a mushroom glaze on the side. The challenge was just for the steak. I was given 60 minutes to eat one of the most delicious, juicy, and velvety steaks that I'd ever encountered in my life. And look, I'm not even a steak guy most of the time. My favorite food is actually sushi, despite growing up in the United States with a dad from Egypt. But when steak is cooked right, you can't say no.
Undercooked steak.
Medium.
That's a good question. I was about to ask him that same question too.
Yeah, it's a good question.
I'm more of a medium rare guy. You're a medium.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about that? The reddish part.
Actually, I like it.
You like it?
Medium rare. I'm good on both of those. I don't like it well done, and I don't like it to where there's like literal like mooing or blood dripping.
All right.
I know isn't there a type of cooking called blue? I've seen a diagram that was actually really detailed. That was some very like light cooking.
What's it called?
Blue, medium blue.
Medium blue.
It's like. I want to find out if I have to eat it all.
Okay.
It is pretty much all fat at this point.
Do you fast or overeat prepared foods?
To overeat?
Yeah. Like stretch out your stomach.
No. For the most part, I don't really need to do any of that type of stuff. I mean, that's more effective when you're doing like a really short 10-minute events.
Yeah. Hey Nader, I got some good news for you. I have verified that you don't have to eat all this fat right here.
Unless you really want to.
Unless,
That's the best news all day.
Unless you want to treat it as dessert, my friend.
We will think less of you.
You do have to chug this bowl of mushroom gravy.
I was going to ask.
Look at that, man.
See the guys walking through the curtain here?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Can't believe it.
Beast mode, man.
He's not dead, is he?
Have you ever done a dessert challenge?
Yeah, I like those.
Except for the cupcake one, right?
The first cupcake was good. It was
The
second
first
and third that were miserable.
And how many cupcakes did you end up eating?
Three
3.
enormous. It was a 2-pound cupcake. So.
Oh my goodness.
That's like the same amount of steak.
That's just called a cake. It's not even a cupcake.
No, at that point.
Forget saying cup. Here's a cake.
I'd say we're just about there. Where are we at on time?
I think he's at around
17 minutes left.
17 minutes left.
I'd say that's damn respectable. Now, are we gonna do the pop? I see a fork.
yeah, I'm gonna eat the popover. It looks great.
Amazing. I approve.
What's the popover made of?
So it's just it's a pretty traditional egg heavy batter. It goes into a hot pan, and then the steam inside it makes it rise up, and then.
The steak was done in about 43 minutes. And like most steak challenges done across the United States, I wasn't required to eat all the fat, but I did need to eat all the meat off the bone, which was kind of cool. I felt like a savage caveman for just a few seconds. The pancake-looking thing with a salad on top is actually a turnover. I wasn't required to eat it, but I was curious about it since I never ate one before. It tasted like a pancake without syrup. Sweet science, right? The staff of the Cannibal were all really friendly and professional. The owner, Corey, was a really awesome guy too. Very personable, comfortable talking with me about YouTube, food challenges, and food in general, and a very knowledgeable man when it comes to cooking steaks. I feel like I learned something that day. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have known what a turnover was. So if you're near Culver City and you love steak, you gotta make a stop by the Cannibal. They have a pretty nice bar too, but I don't drink, so I can't tell you about that. Hit thumbs up if you enjoyed the video and make sure to share it with all of your steak-loving, meat-eating buddies. I'll see you in the next one. Stay in school, don't do drugs, and eat like a freak.
Woo! That was the best steak I ate all year. It's good to close out 2016 strong. Special thanks to FoodBeast and the Cannibal for putting this thing on. Check out the Cannibal and link down below, and check out FoodBeast because they're the ones who pulled me in on these things, and without them, this video would not have happened. So thank you. Let's go home.